All right, the Lumintop Silver Fox. This is a quick review on what I think is one of their best everyday carry flashlights for a couple of very important reasons. We'll get into those in just a minute. It is a AA sized flashlight. You can use all kinds of AA fuel sources. The maximum output lumen-wise is 760 lumens. You're going to have to use the 14500 to do that. If you use an alkaline battery, obviously it's going to be less than that. I'll put all the lumen levels down here below, including the number of user levels that there are with this flashlight down below. Okay, so a lot of the specs you're going to see down below on the flashlight. I'm going to talk more about the usage of this flashlight, because to me, what isn't talked about enough with flashlights is how does this flashlight interface with what I'm doing, or what I want it to do, or in many cases, security purposes. How can this flashlight help me with security? Because light is what repels the evil stuff that's out there. Light repels the bad stuff in this world. It's a biblical thing, and it's true. You know, the dark things want to stay in the dark, and the people who are truthful and honest, they have no problem being in the light. So light is an excellent thing for security. Now, let's talk about what this flashlight does really well. Number one, this is a close quarters flashlight because it has an etched lens that diffuses light very, very well. Okay, so this is not designed to be a flashlight that throws light a long distance. This is a flashlight that actually lights up a large area, and as a result of that, it may appear to be dimmer than some other flashlights. Now, this one has 760 lumens, which is nothing to slouch about. Okay, it's well over the 500. I think 500 is kind of the minimum for a AA battery powered flashlight. So 760 is pretty dang good. I like that. But the dispersal of the light, I think, is fantastic for security purposes, for maintenance. If you're doing any kind of repair work, say in a crawl space, mechanical room, anything like that, in your car, in the engine compartment, underneath car seats, that kind of thing. It's a little bright for car seats, but remember, you have different levels of illumination. You don't have to have it set on high, all right? But you have, again, with the AA, you have a greater battery source than you would, say, with a Keychain flashlight. By the way, this is one of the best Keychain flashlights out there, Lumintop Frog. And I'm not just stuck on Lumintop. I've actually tried a few of the other ones, Olight, and this one really just does it, okay? Great little flashlight. But Keychain flashlight, 650 lumens, all right? And yeah, this one actually fits on the Keychain like it's supposed to, about 50% shorter than this light. So, but when it comes down to longevity, obviously you get more with a AA battery. So this is where I think the security purposes for this, I think, is great, because if you work, in an office building, you're going out to a parking ramp, or if you're going down a staircase or whatever, lights go out, electricity goes out, whatever. This light is going to light up a greater area for you. And also remember this, as much as we want the brightest lumens out there, when it is dark out, it does not take much on the lumen side to light up whatever it is you're looking for, okay? Now, the further away it is, the worse it gets, because the light's traveling over a greater distance and it disperses over a greater distance, so it's not as intense. But if we're talking within the 20 feet range of close quarters type stuff, 20 feet, 21 feet, this flashlight is definitely going to light things up, especially with the 760 lumens if you go that route, okay? But you have different modes to choose from. So stairwells, parking ramps, this is just a great flashlight. Something to have in your car, have in your backpack, sling pack, pouch, whatever, purse. This is the flashlight to have. Also, the interface on here is a twist barrel. One of the things I'm not a real fan of are the push button, especially pocket carry. Any kind of push button, whether it's a tail switch, whether it's a side switch, side barrel switch, either one of those. I'm not a fan of those. Even with a lockout function, I have had locked out flashlights turn on in my pocket, and I feel it, all right? There's like, man, the left pocket just got really warm really quick. And it's like, oh, that's the flashlight turned on, okay? It doesn't happen often, but it does. I have never had a barrel switch user interface turn on in my pocket. Now, if you make sure it's off, here it's on, turn it, right there, done. I've never had the stuff in my pocket, usually it's keys, grab onto the barrel and twist it in a way where it turns on the flashlight. Never. So to me, this is just, as far as user interfaces go, probably the best pocket carry without the risk of having this go on in your pocket and you're not knowing it. Because if it goes on, let's just say it's not on the turbo mode or the highest mode, let's say it's on the second highest mode, you may or may not feel the heat in your pocket, or even it's on the medium mode, and it goes 2 hours before you notice, or you reach in to get the keys out of your pocket or something. This thing could be dead by then, as far as the fuel goes. So to me, the barrel twist, I think, is a really good option. So Flashlight overall, outstanding. You have the ability to pull the keys off. You have a magnetic base. You can put this on the side of a vehicle, in the back of a vehicle, on a pipe or whatever it is, underneath the sink if you're working on something. The flexibility you have with a flashlight like this is phenomenal. Okay, 760 lumens. To me, there's just so many things that they hit really well with this flashlight for close quarters, maintenance, that kind of thing. Personal security. You do have the strobe light. I find it kind of hard to activate the strobe light, so I'm not a huge fan of it. I just think the brightest light possible. If you're in a dark environment and you have this turned at 760 lumens, which is what the strobe is set at, but if you have it set to that and you turn this on, they're going to get that same hot spot in their vision that's going to take them minutes for that to go away. So to me, I think it's a win either way, strobe light or just turbo mode. There you go. That's the review. Put your comments down below. I'd love to hear more about this. If you have any other Lumintop flashlights that you want to mention, please put those in there. I do have a couple more that are coming out as far as just kind of a short take on them. And yeah, so enjoy. We'll talk to you guys later.